Well, it is good to see you. Welcome back. Here we are in chapter 10 in the Tao Te Ching, and this has been a journey of a lifetime. I'm happy to be here with you, spending time talking about these things, because I think these things are incredibly important to you and to your life, and I hope that this stuff is resonating with you and you're finding some value in it. So Godspeed and God bless. We'll get started here. This is chapter 10. It's called The Infant. Without further ado, nourish spirit. Embrace the one. Can you keep it ever present? Can you concentrate breath energy to utmost softness? Can you be an infant? Can you cleanse the mystic vision till it is without spot? Can you cherish the folk? Can you rule the nation through non-action? Can you open and close the gates of heaven and nature and be woman? Can you view the four quarters with utmost clarity, with no knowledge? The Tao begets and nurtures. The Tao gives birth, but never possesses. The Taoist acts without attachment, leads, but never takes charge. This is mystic power. Let's see what the River Master has to say about this one. Whosoever embraces the one endures forever. The one spreads its glory through all under heaven. The one enters the heart and mind, then issues forth, spreading inner power abroad. With concentrated breath energy, with gentleness and clarity, the person resonates and flows, is soft and pliant like an infant, and spirit is ever present. To cleanse the mystic vision is to purify heart and mind, is to see with clarity deep in the dark well of mystery. The Taoist, like woman, is quiet and still, soft and tender. The Taoist ruler of a nation is gentle and never meddles. Whew. This one was heavy. There's a lot going on here. The infant. Something about babies. You ever seen a baby? Just 1 year old baby just looking around, touching things, just enjoying their life. Cry when they're hungry, cry when they're wet, but then they laugh and they smile and they play and they enjoy their life. They're not worried about the future. They're not thinking about the past. They're only focused on what's happening now. Can you be an infant? There's several chapters like this in the book where they reference, Lao Tzu references infancy as a ideal state in terms of beingness. Because it's beingness without all the extra stuff. Because as we grow through adolescence and into adulthood, and then we have the responsibilities and the traumas and the fears and the anxieties and everything that's piled up over decades. When you're as an infant, though, you have none of those things. You have only the present moment, only the moment of now. And so what this chapter is trying to say is that we have to embrace the present moment and then be soft in our approach and be tender, to embrace the feminine side of who we are and let go of everything else. The River Master goes on to say, whosoever embraces the one endures forever. I think what he's trying to say here is that if we can embrace this sense of beingness, that our life and our impact on the world will go on and on forever. He goes on to say, with concentrated breath energy, with gentleness and clarity. Gentleness and clarity. The person resonates and flows, is soft and pliant like an infant, and spirit is ever present. So when we're rigid, if you think about when something dies and it gets into rigor mortis, it becomes rigid, stiff, dead. When trees die, they become brittle and break, right? When people get old, they become brittle. Bones break. To maintain the spirit, we must maintain gentleness and clarity. Not allow our heart to become callous. Leave our heart open. Not to become bitter and frustrated. And how many people get to their 60s, 70s, they look back on their life and they're bitter about the decisions that they made. And they lose sight of this presence. To cleanse the mystic vision is to purify heart and mind. It's to see with clarity deep in the dark well of mystery. I'm going to say that one again. To cleanse the mystic vision. What's the mystic vision? That's living your highest and best. It's to purify heart and mind. Purify. That means release anything that doesn't serve you. Release thoughts, memories, habits, emotions, traumas that don't serve you. Most of which probably don't. And it's up to you to go in and figure out what those things are and bring awareness to them and resolve them ultimately. Because when you resolve them, then you can say you have purified your heart and your mind. And only through purification of the heart and the mind can you see with clarity and see deep in the dark well of mystery. The Taoist, like woman, is quiet and still, soft and tender. The Taoist, ruler of a nation, is gentle and never meddles. That never meddles is a reference to the non-action or the moving with the flow in right action. What is right action? Right action is when you decide to take a left instead of a right. When you decide to ask the girl out instead of not. Right action is picking up the phone and calling your mom at the moment you have the urge. Right action is taking a chance on something that seems uncertain and feeling that push to do it. Right action is the one small voice that lives in our hearts that nudges us forward in our lives. It doesn't speak from fear. It speaks from courage. It speaks from love. That's right action. And if you quiet the heart and you quiet the mind, you can hear that small voice, and every time it speaks, it will tell you the right action to take. I'm not kidding. If you've never experienced this, I would recommend take some time, quiet the heart, quiet the mind, do some meditation, do some breathing, and quiet the nonsense so you can hear the voice. Because when you're in this flow, everything just seems to work perfectly. That brings us to the end of chapter 10. That's 10 chapters down. That's fantastic. And I am very pleased that you have stuck along this far. If this is resonating with you, if you're feeling excited about what you're hearing, please like and subscribe. Again, this is the Boundless Sovereign YouTube channel. We are focused on holding the mirror up for our friends and people of all kinds so that they can see themselves clearly and they can find the truth in their own lives. Until next time, we'll see you in chapter 11.